Alrighty. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thursday. That's right, you didn't know it was Thursday until just now, did you? That's what I'm here for, here to remind you what day it is. Anyways, tonight is a stream that I've been talking about doing for a couple weeks now. We're going to be ranking the top 25 favorite video games of mine. Time in it? Yeah, 10 till. I couldn't go at 6:30 and I didn't want to go till 7. Hello, Creeper. Hello, Tony. Hello, Hyper. Can't wait to judge you. Absolutely. Heading back from Baton right now. Oh, hell yeah, Hyper. How'd that go? You may be confused. There is no bossing. No, yeah, never mind. There's no war in Bossing Say. There just isn't a Bossing Say. Like when they showed up to Bossing Say, the one lady was like, "There is no Bossing Say. There's nothing here. There's all these buildings behind you." No. That's just your imagination. I think you might not be feeling well. Yeah, Splatoon 4 already #1. But it was pretty good though, Francis. How was yours? Oh, okay. You still got a bit to go then, Hyper. Man, that's going to take you into the summer. The ultimate gaslight. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Before we start, let's get some early predictions going. So, what do you guys think is going to be my #1 game? I already have the list pre-made. I have it written down here of how I'm going to rank them. So, it's not like I'm going to switch it up on anybody. But early predictions, what do you think is #1? And any other predictions you might have, like Hyper's Expedition 33. Hyper predicts Expedition 33 is at 4 or 5. Creeper thinks #1 is going to be a Fire Emblem game. Give another minute or so. My week was good. A lot of working, but my hours are getting changed. So it's going to be less than 4 a.m. Be less 4 a.m. shifts and more midday. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I wish I could read. 3 houses at 1 or 2. Okay. These are good predictions. I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of this. But there's some interesting guesses. Also, I have 2.5 weeks off of work, guys. Paid leave, vacation overage, boys. That's what's so nice. So I've just been chilling, working on the channel all week. It's been great. Yeah, 2.5 weeks of vacation overage. So I go back to the next fiscal year maxed on my vacation leave. So my 2.5 weeks is just overage. It's so nice. So if you guys ever get a job, make sure you have a max vacation limit, because then you're going to be forced to use paid leave, and it's honestly really nice while banking more hours. So that's a bit off topic, but I just wanted to give you guys time to make more predictions. Not seeing any, so we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go in reverse order. So we're going to go to number 25 first and work our way up. So it wouldn't really make sense to start at 1. I'll do my best to kind of explain why these games are in my top 25 the best that I can. But I did not prepare notes for this. So this is going to be completely improv. I just wrote down the list, like the numbers. 2 Fire Emblem games in top 4. Until then, at 5 or 4. Expedition 33, either top 3 or placing between 6 and 9. Interesting guesses. Shut up, Ireland. Let's start that shit. Also, I can't find my coaster. I have a soda that I would like to open, but I can't find a coaster. Where is my coaster? My coaster ran away. Oh, there it is. It's under a napkin. Cool. Okay. Okay. Right away. So we're gonna go. Number 25. I hate to already make your guesses invalid, Francis, but at number 25, we have Until Then. Until Then, it was a game, as you guys know, that smacked me twice right in the feels. It's the only game that's broken me multiple times, and it's the third game to have ever broken me, and the second game to break me on stream. It's a fantastic game. It told an incredible story. If you guys can ever play this game on sale, or get it on sale, or even retail, just get it. This game's story is amazing. What holds it back from being higher on the list is the lack of gameplay. And what I mean by that is it's essentially just a story game. The most gameplay you're gonna get out of this is walking left to right and maybe like a few mini games here and there. It's expected to make you cry. It will make you cry multiple times. Yeah, it's basically a visual novel. Oh yeah. Oh hey Michael. Yeah, semi-truck game. And it gave us that glorious meme. We have some pretty good channel memes here. But no, it's an incredible game. And the fact that it's top 25 doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that there are so many other games that are, in my opinion, better than this. But yeah, what really holds it back is its lack of gameplay. But still a phenomenal game. So next up, at number 24, now I can actually do this. I tried to search Until Then, nothing. There's no result. For some reason, Until Then doesn't exist. The forbidden game. All right. Oh, you know what I'll do? I have an idea. Hold on. I should have done this earlier. Where did I put it? I wish I would have thought of this before going live. Yeah, here we go. A black square. I'm gonna use that to cover up the search bar. Just kind of add a little bit more surprise. You'll see it when they pop up on the bottom. Now it's a black rectangle. There we go. Okay. So at number 24, we got a newer game. We've got Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. At number 24. Path of Radiance's strongest suit was its world building. This game had such great lore with all the Laguz tribes and the humans, or the Bork, I should say. This playthrough gave us Roid Raging Mist. I had so much fun with this, but the story was great. Ike is a phenomenal Lord unit. Alencia was a great character. Everything about this game was just a lot of fun. There was a lot of questions that weren't really answered, that Radiant Dawn isn't really answering either, but Radiant Dawn is not affecting this game's placement at all. But no, this game was a ton of fun, and I'd love to own a physical copy of it. But it's these old GameCube games, man. They're expensive and they're hard to find. But yeah, incredible game. It does also a lot of, like, I guess all the Fire Emblem games do something unique compared to the others in the series, but This game did a lot that I really wish would come back, like bonus experience, like yellow units that you can control. Although they do leave a lot to be desired. They didn't control the best, but they were fun. They were different. It's better than having green units that just charge into things and just die. The Black Knight was a really cool character. He just kind of showed up, fucked shit up, and then left. Also, why is my until then text over here now? But yeah, and also just the channel memes here that we got from it. Roid Raging Mist pumping a teenage girl full of drugs and putting her on a pony and just telling her to kill everything. But yeah. All right. Then at number 23, we got another familiar game. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Speaking of funny meme games, Revengeance was such a surprise game for me. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna like it or not when I decided to play it on the channel, but this game was so much fun. The combat was a lot of fun. We had that stupid sword that just would insta kill everything in late game, and of course we have Senator Armstrong. That whole fight, everything about that is just a giant meme. This game was super over the top and I loved it. The cutscenes were great. Everything about this game just put a smile on my face. And I contemplated doing a New Game Plus playthrough here on the channel for it, where we carry over that OP weapon and just obliterate the entire game start to finish in like a stream. But I never got around to that. I might someday, but you know a game is good when you finish it and you're like, I have to play that again. I need more. You know, you've never had that with a bad game, except Shrek Extra Large. That's the only game where I was like, man, I could really go for another round of this, even though it's one of the worst things I've ever played. Anyways, larger to add even. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, we can do that. There, just we'll make that. And we'll do that. Ooh. There. That way you guys can't see it. There. Good call, Hyper. Be silent for a bit, but know that I will be surprised with each new reveal. Okay, good. That's the point. Is to surprise you all. No. We'll see. Okay, but yeah, Metal Gear Rising, excellent game. It felt appropriate in its length. It didn't feel too short. It didn't feel too long. It's a shame we never got a sequel to it, but everything was just fun. That's the best way I can sum up Revengeance, is that everything about the game just put a smile on my face. Hold on. All right. Next up, at number 22, we have A Space for the Unbound. Yet another game I played on stream that completely broke me. A Space for the Unbound is very much like Until Then. It's very visual novel-esque, but it does have a lot more gameplay to it than Until Then. That's what separates the two. Yeah, the cat game where turns out your girlfriend is actually really psychotic and controls the cats, and the cats are like fighting you and reality gets ripped apart. I'm not doing the game justice. This game was incredible. It's another game you should absolutely pick up if you can. It'll get you right in the feels. Even when you know that it's coming, it still finds a way to surprise you. Yeah, great game. And also it like leaned into the sci-fi element, something that I wish Until Then would have done. I wish Until Then had leaned more into the sci-fi aspects of its plot, but it didn't hardly do that. But A Space for the Unbound did, but it didn't get like super carried away with it. So A Space for the Unbound is like Until Then, but just better gameplay. That's the best way I can put it. And I don't know if I'd call it a, no, I'd call A Space for the Unbound a better story. I think that's fair to say. That might be a bit of a hot take, but no, I love A Space for the Unbound. That game was so much fun. Okay. Moving on to number 21. If I can type. Oh, that censors down. Okay. Now at number 21, we have Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, a game that's coming to the channel here in a week or two. Super excited for this game. This game is one of my all-time favorite childhood games. The only thing that really hurts this game is the availability of the figures. You start with 3 in the starter pack, and if you want to 100% the game, you have to buy the other characters to like open up like the side areas and to collect like their gems and whatnot. But no, this game is great. It's so much fun to play. It's a great like family game. It was I think it was one of the first games my sister and I ever went in on together, because it was expensive back in the day. But this game's story mode is great. It doesn't have the best story ever. It's very simple, but the gameplay in it is so much fun. The other things that hold it back is the more of the characters you collect, the more experience you gain on your characters. So they like max out their levels like super fast sometimes, and it makes the game a lot easier than it should be. And also I felt like it was a little short. It's not the longest game in the world. I wish it was longer, but the gameplay is fantastic. The soundtrack is exceptional. Yeah, and a lot of good memories. So it might be nostalgia boosting this game up a little bit, but even to this day, it's still a ton of fun to play. I'm gonna have fun playing it for you guys. Yeah, I've played a few Spyro games, Creeper. I'm not the biggest Spyro fan, but I've played some Spyro games. Did you have the Nintendo Skylander amiibos? I don't know what that is. They made Skylander amiibos? Yeah, also this game has multiplayer, and I'll talk about this more when we play the game, but Carson used to whoop my ass in this game. Hey, Frankie. How are you, man? Okay. Moving on to number 20. I'm going to catch some heat for this one. People are going to want this game probably much higher, but Father of McChicken, hell yeah, dude. I'm feeling very hi-ya. Oh, I did a Fox hi-ya, but you're doing a Link hi-ya. Every time I see hi-ya, I think of Fox in Melee. Anyways, at number 20, I have Super Mario 64. Again, a great nostalgic childhood game. It's a super easy game for speedrunners to get into, which is why everybody speedruns this game. It's got great level design. It's got 120 power stars for you to collect across the various levels. Some of them are a lot of fun, other than suck ass. It's just a great traditional collectathon game. It's great. It's not super unfair, and it's got a lot of gameplay. It's a game. The nice thing about collectathons is that they are what you make them. You can just get the bare minimum and beat the game, or you can be more thorough and see all the levels in this game. But I don't really have a whole lot of bad things to say about Super Mario 64. But there's just games that I enjoy playing more than it. If that makes sense. And that's the trouble with that I had with making this list. There's so many great games, but some of them are just more fun to play for me than others. Yeah, you should, Creeper. It's a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun to speedrun also. So if there's ever a game you wanted to try to speedrun, SM64 is a good one. So next up, we have at number 19, we have a very niche game. I'd be surprised if all of you guys knew about this game, but I'm sure there's some of you that know it. But at number 19, I have Banished. This is a game that I've really wanted to play on the channel. It's like a survival tycoon kind of game, where you have your villagers and you tell them to like build structures or build farms and shelters and gather resources. It's very resource management, and you build these cities. And the fun thing about this game is that there's like natural disasters. You could have like a disease come through and kill off your entire city, and then you just game over right there. I think there are wildfires in it also. There's like droughts, I think. It's been a little bit since I've played Banished, but this is a game that whenever I boot it up, I find myself just playing it for like 12 hours and being like, oh shoot, where did all the time go? Let me turn this up. Wait, so a survival version of those RTS games? Kind of. But it's very like, I don't know what else I can compare it to. But I feel like I'm doing a good enough job with it. Like, you can build your city on a river, then you can set up like fishing ports and trade ports for other cities, or you can build it in the mountains and have a lot of access to rock but have struggle or problems with agriculture. You can set up, you can like leave, you can like choose to not cut down forest areas and then set up hunting blinds in there to gather meat for your village in the winter, because you can't farm in the winter. But you have to like be careful, because if you like set up farms like too big, you won't be able to harvest it all, and people like start dying off because you won't have enough, or I guess you would have enough food, but they'd be too busy working the fields. You can't reassign them to other jobs that need done. So it's very time management and resource management, and it's so much fun. But also, if you don't like the natural disasters and you just want it to be like more sandboxy, you can turn those off and then just enjoy the game. It's such a fun game. And man, I can't say enough good things about Banished. I really want to play it on the channel here one of these days, but we got other games that I really want to get through first. But if you want a game that you can just boot up and just lose yourself in the immersion of it, have some laughs with it, because there are some funny moments in there. You can just cause some chaos with your villagers. Banished is a fantastic game for that. Sounds like fun. I used to play some RTS games and would wreck everyone else from having really good management of time and resources. But it's single player though. God, I wish I could think of another example to compare it to. It's a very underrated game. But yes, it is very much a real-time strategy game. Also, Maybe this game does have multiplayer. I don't think this game has multiplayer, but it would be so much more fun if you could like play with your friends online. Like you each have your own cities. That'd be cool. Maybe there's a mod for that. Again, it's been a while since I've played it. It's because I lose too much time when I start playing it. It's just that addictive for me. But as you guys know, I love strategy games. All right. At number 18, we have Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is another very nostalgic game for me, as I've made a Taste of Nostalgia video on it. The Grand Theft Auto series for me, like I was allowed to play them as a kid, but I wasn't allowed to like do the missions, if that makes sense. My parents are very strict on what I played, but they let me just kind of run around and mess around in the world and whatnot. And honestly, that's all you really need for the GTA games. And Vice City is so much fun to run around with. Carson and I, when we were little, we'd stay up all night we'd play this game in Vice City where you dial up the wanted level to max, the 5-star wanted level, and then we just see who could survive the longest. And it's just simple ways to enjoy the game like that really resonate with me. So there is a bit of nostalgia with this game, but even then the campaign is great. The story's fun. Tommy is probably my favorite Grand Theft Auto protagonist. Great world. Also VCPR. If you guys want something fun to listen to, like a podcast, go on YouTube and look up VCPR, Vice City Public Radio. It's the radio station from this game, and it is so funny. Like I used to just drive around in this game, just bobbing and weaving through traffic just to listen to it. Like not even doing anything, just listening to the radio station and laughing because it's just so funny. But yeah, Vice City's just another very nostalgic game for me. It's a ton of fun to mess around with. It's kind of like, I mean, it's not as fun to mess around in it as it is like the Just Cause games. The Just Cause games are the ultimate. Why would you play the campaign? All the fun is just running around and causing chaos, or strapping rockets to things and just launching them into orbit. But it's got that kind of vibe to it for me, Vice City. But yeah, it's a good one. Okay, hold on. Coming in at number 17 is Jak 2. Another deep childhood game of mine. I really want to do a Taste of Nostalgia video on this game also, because I played it on the channel a while back, but I never really did anything with the footage. But Jak 2, this game is a wake-up call for young gamers. This game is tough. Jak 2 is a very difficult game. You play Jak and Daxter, and you're like, okay, this is just a nice fun little collectathon, nice and easy. You play Jak 3, you're like, okay, this is a little bit more challenging, but it's still pretty easy just because a lot of the weapons, like the beam reflexor, are completely broken. And then you play Jak 2, and this game is like, bitch, you thought you were gonna get an easy game? Hell no, you gotta use the jet board and get through the Baron's Palace. And if you so much as sneeze in the general direction of your controller, Jak is getting launched out a window. I hate that stupid palace mission. But the game is, it's tough, but it's so much fun. The weapons are good. The story is really good, and it ties in well with Jak and Daxter, I think, and it sets up Jak 3 pretty well. It is very controversial in the fan base, because you have the people that grew up with Jak and Daxter collectathon, and they're like, wait, what the hell? We moved from a Super Mario 64 style game to a Grand Theft Auto style game? Like, which is very fair to say. Like, it is probably the single biggest shift in style that a gaming series has ever had. I can't think of any other gaming series that have pivoted like the Jak and Daxter games did after 1 into 2. But no, it's a great game, great characters, great story. The precursor orbs are a pain in the ass to collect, but they also are in Jak 3. But the game is so fun. It's such a great game. I'm pretty sure I beat Jak 2 when I was younger, but it definitely took a while. Yeah, you and me both, man. It definitely took me forever to get through. Definitely not true, but I can't think of any examples. Okay. Smash Bros. Maybe 10, 11, or 6. Ooh, which one? But I can't think of any examples either of games that have hard pivoted like Jak 2 did from Jak and Daxter. But me personally, I don't mind, just because I played the Jak and Daxter games in reverse order. So I started with 3, then played 2, then played 1. So I got whiplash from Jak and Daxter, not the other way around. But yeah, it's such a nostalgic game for me also. And even to this day, it still holds up really well. Yes, it is brutal. And some of the mechanics like the jet boarding and rail grinding are complete baloney. But that's part of the charm. Like it is kind of unfair, but it is a very satisfying game to beat. Also, the final boss fight was bad. Like, it was super easy. That's probably one of the only complaints I have about the game besides its mechanics, is that, well, yeah, I think I made my point. Oop. There, Wind Waker music. Okay. So yeah, Jak 2. Going back to the Jak trilogy, the series is so good, they brought it back to the PS3 and the PS4. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me if one day they just say screw it and put it on the PS5, if they haven't already. But great series. I highly recommend anybody who enjoys shooters or platformers to play the Jak trilogy. They're great. All right. Coming in at number 16. I don't think any of you would have guessed this game would be on my top 25 list. Oh yeah, hey Spaghetto. Doing good, man. How are you? Yeah, sorry, getting back on track. Number 16, a game that I don't think anybody has or would have guessed me putting on this list. This is going to be very specific, but I have Farm Simulator 2022 at number 16. The Farm Sim games are my ultimate turn off my brain and just relax games. I've played these games since 12. Was it FS12? No, it was 8. No. God damn it, this is bothering me now. Which game was it? I want to say it was 8, but that doesn't sound right. You watched your uncle play when you were 7. Yeah, it is such a great series. It is. I mean, as somebody who grew up in and around agriculture, the game really hit home for me growing up. 11. It was 11. 2011 was my first game. Or in the series. When's the next farming game going to be played? I don't know, but I really want to play Stardew Valley on the channel. I've never played Stardew Valley, so if you count Stardew, that'd probably be next. Yeah, Creeper, oh my god. I've had that vid of yours recommended to me like 20 separate times. I still see it sometimes. Yeah, so I played 22 on the channel like 2-3 years ago, and I built a feedlot for cattle on it, and it was so fun. I really enjoyed that series, and I would have kept going if it performed better. A part of me wants to just casually stream this game again sometime. Because, again, if you really want a game, you can just turn your brain off and just relax. The farm sim games are perfect for you. Go. You a fan of them too, Spaghetto? Or you just watch them? It haunts me. Yeah, what haunts you more, Creeper? My farm sim playthrough or Shrek Extra Large? But this series has come a very long way since 08. Because or was it 09 that started it? Because it was either 08 or 09, the first game. There was only Fent, and it was on this like little island. I never played it. I only ever watched it. And then I picked up 11, and that's it. I really want to do a taste of nostalgia video on 11. And it's just such a great series. It's a lot simpler than real agriculture. And you can take my word for that as somebody who's been around this stuff for a while and somebody who works today in agriculture. It's very much on the simpler side, and I wish it could be a little bit more in depth. But the games have, I mean, I'd like to say they keep getting better, but in reality, excuse me, they've kind of, they've game freaked it. They're kind of game freaking with the games right now, where they're doing the bare minimum. They're just kind of re-putting out the same game with just little tweaks. Like, I haven't played the newest game because I looked at the reveal trailer. I'm like, well, shit, all they added was fog and a few new crops and slightly better graphics. Is that worth paying all that money for what I could essentially just mod in? And speaking of mods, holy shit, the mod support in the FS games are incredible. And one thing that I love about the FS games and Giant Software, who's the developer of this series, is that they have built-in UI for the mods. So you boot up the game, you go to the main menu, and then you can just click on a tab for mods. And then you can browse all their mods and creators that they've linked it to, and just install mods with the click of a button. You don't even have to go to third-party websites and download them and unzip them and put them in a file location. You can with these games. You can still do that, and that's how you modded the old games. But they have built-in mod support to make it just so much easier. And I wish all PC games were like that. Because when a game developer embraces moderate mods like that, it makes the game so much better. You can add so much to these games. Like, oh, if there's a glitch that the community found out, they're just gonna mod it. They're gonna mod the patch for it. Like, the game devs love moderators, and they have a history of working with moderators in previous games to add features to the new games. So when I say that these developers love people who mod, you'll be hard pressed to find a developer that doesn't love mods more than Giant Software. Yeah, great series, great games. Are you a farmer? Not currently, no, but I do work in agriculture and I work with farmers, but I myself am not a farmer. But I used to raise animals when I was little. Like I told you guys before, we used to foster lambs. We raised goats. I personally raised pigs for 4 years. So I do have experience and whatnot. But so yeah, my whole life has just been involved in agriculture, but I myself do not currently technically farm right now. Active modding in game isn't just free to add. Personally, I think they just shouldn't have anything against modding. Like, yeah, I know, that's what I mean. You should embrace it, because modding has never made a game worse. A modding community only makes games better. Sure, there are mods that make the games worse, or really cursed mods that you see, but that doesn't like ruin the whole experience. Nobody's ever said, yeah, mod support ruined this game. Yeah. My uncle, a different one, and aunt in France raised horses that we've gotten to ride before in the countryside. Yeah, they are cool as hell. I also learned at a young age because we have a family friend that, well, they're retired now, but they used to breed and raise horses for people. So one thing that I always learned there at a very young age that I always just found funny is that horses are apparently ticklish. That's always one of my favorite fun animal facts, is that horses are ticklish. Yeah, great series. I highly recommend it to anybody who wants just a chill, relax, turn your brain off series. And I'm going with 22 just because, in my opinion, that's the peak of the series. But moving on to number 15, we have Jak 3. Just a little bit above its senior. Jak 3 does everything that Jak 2 did, but expanded on it. You like the weapons in Jak 2? Cool, we're adding 3 more in every class. And you want weapons to do funny things like they do in Ratchet and Clank? Cool, we're gonna give you a weapon that just nukes everything inside. Also, we're gonna give you a bajillion secrets where you can buy like infinite dark eco, infinite ammo, invincibility, a big head mode, director's commentary. This game is loaded with content. It expands on everything that Jak 2 did, and they added Spargus and the Wasteland. So Spargus already is, I mean, it's not huge, but it's decent sized enough for you to explore around and keep busy with the Oracle and the Precursor Orb stuff. But then they just give you the entire Wasteland, which is bigger than Spargus and Haven City combined. It's just this massive expanse that you can just explore with the various vehicles. Yeah, like you were saying, Creeper, the vehicles, they were so fun. You'll unlock most of them during the campaign, but there's also, I think, 3 of them: the Dust Demon, the Heat Seeker, and the Desert Screamer. How do I remember that you purchase via the secrets? The game is so much fun, and it was my introduction to the series. I played it at a daycare because a friend of mine who is about a year older than me had it, and he introduced me to this series, and I've been a fan of it. It was also the very first game I ever borrowed from somebody, and I borrowed it from him for a weekend, and I beat it in a weekend as like a 8 or 9-year-old kid or something, and I fell in love with the series then. Then I went and played Jak 2 and then Jak and Daxter, but Jak 3 has a very special place in my heart, and it is just filled with content. And also it's got a hero mode where you can carry over all your secrets and do essentially a new game plus. And the really, really cool thing also is that you can farm infinite hero modes by just not saving the game off of the profile that you bought the hero mode secret. Because the way the game does intended it, you buy the hero mode secret, you start your game, you save your progress, and then you've gotten your one hero mode from it. But if you go to your main save, start a hero mode, and then not save your main, you still get your hero mode save file started, but you don't lose it in the main one. You can still buy another one. I discovered that at a young age, so I just have one profile that I just farmed hero modes off of, and then just went ham on it. But I highly recommend Jak 3 to anybody. It's a lot easier than Jak 2, but it's still got some difficult segments for it. The weapons are a bit overpowered, so you can make it as difficult as you want. It's got a great story. I don't think the story is as good as Jak 2's, but that's not saying a whole lot because Jak 3 still has a great story. It gets you in the feels. I would not recommend playing the game in reverse order like I did. I would definitely recommend starting with Jak and Daxter and then playing your way through the series. But a great trilogy and a great way to send it off. We don't talk about the other games in the series after Jak 3 though. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that, no. But yeah, I love that game to pieces. And again, it's so easy to find. Like, they're available on the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, and the PlayStation 4. Like, this series is so well loved, they put it on 3 consoles, and it's not even called Skyrim or Grand Theft Auto 5. When I first played it, I was not capable of following the story. I had zero idea what was happening. Okay, you must have been really young when you played it. My first borrowed game was Pokemon Soul Silver, and I crushed it. The game, I mean, not the cartridge. I love the Pokemon sense. Yeah, you picked the best game in the series to get into, man. That's why the first game you play in any series is important. Like, if you're trying to get somebody into Pokemon, what you're not going to do is recommend them to play Scarlet and Violet or Sword and Shield. Like, are you insane? Like, if you don't want somebody to have a shared interest with you, you would recommend those games. But if you want somebody to get into Pokemon, yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Platinum, Black and White, they're hooked. I had fun guns and robots to shoot, and that was enough, apparently. Yeah, the KG bots, dude. And that's another thing about Jak 3. You had the Haven City War, where it was just infinite fighting. Like, you can just take a game, walk outside the safe zones, and just fight metalheads infinitely, or fight KG bots infinitely. Like, there's so much you can do in that game. The more and more I talk about this, the more and more I remember. Like, Errol was a great villain in 3. Not as good as Praxis was in 2, but he was still a really solid villain. The Dark Makers were really cool, although they were a bit underutilized. They were still really cool. But yeah, I got into Pokemon by grabbing a card I found on the floor in my school, then watched the show, then played a game, and I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it since 2023. Respectable. Okay. Moving on to number 14. We have Donkey Kong 64. One of the first video games I ever played. Donkey Kong 64 was another game that little childhood Josh could just aimlessly run around in without really knowing what he was doing or what's going on, and collect the small bananas and the big golden bananas. Also, so this game was at the daycare that I went to also, and I talk about this a lot in the Taste of Nostalgia video that I did for this game. But, you know, at the daycare, we used to play the multiplayer, which is a 4-player free-for-all. And these nice open areas, it's so much fun. This is a great, this is a great game to play with friends in the multiplayer, but it's also got a really fun single player. Tiny Kong was always my favorite of the Kongs. I don't know why she was always my favorite. Probably just because she could fly, and she had my favorite boss fight in the game of Mad Jack, who's one of my favorite bosses in all of video games. Mad Jack is incredibly iconic. He's a ton of fun to play. There's just so much to love about this game. It's got, I mean, it's a classic Rareware game, so take that for however you will. It's got a great soundtrack. It's got great replayability. A lot of people complain about the collectibles, but I personally don't mind it. Maybe that's just because I grew up with it and it just kind of became the standard, so I didn't really have anything to compare it to besides like Super Mario 64. But I enjoyed it. I took that as like a challenge to just try and find everything. And what's crazy is Donkey Kong 64, I could never beat it growing up. I could never figure out where the coins were. We got the one from Cranky in his little jetpack minigame, but we couldn't figure out that you had to play classic Donkey Kong twice in the toy factory area to get the other coin. And then another memory I have with this game is like at the daycare, there was like the core of, I'd say 5 of us. We would just kind of game together, you know, the OG gaming crew, but we're just like kids, all within a year or two of each other in age. And we would just like do teamwork trying to beat any game we played. And Donkey Kong 64 is the one that gives me the most memories of that, of us trying to find the golden bananas or figure out where the coin was, which we never found. And like you'd go, or you'd miss a day at the daycare for whatever reason, and you come back and like, dude, we found like 5 golden bananas while you were gone. You're like, oh shit, no way. Like little kid stuff, you know, but with less swearing, obviously. But no, it's such a nostalgic game for me. It's so much fun to play. It's not that hard. You just kind of turn your brain off and enjoy it. Some of the levels suck though, like the water stage with the under or the sunken ships. That stage, what is that, Gloomy Galleon? That stage sucked. I hated that. Or was Gloomy the mushroom place with like the clock? Because that stage was also not very fun. But yeah, goated opinion. I love that game so much. Played on my grandpa's N64 years ago. Yeah, dude, it's so much fun. Have you played any GameCube Mario parties? Yep, I've played them all. They're all a lot of fun. Here we go. Yeah, the DK rap, goated. Yeah, great game. I just wish it wasn't so hard to find. Thankfully, I have my physical copy. I found it in a used game store, and I'm like, oh nope, say less. I'm grabbing it. But I don't think I played Donkey Kong 64 as like a let's play thing on the channel. I think I just did the nostalgia video on it. I don't think I, or maybe no, I don't think I did. I think I would remember that. If I did, it was in the channel's earliest days, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Now this is gonna bother me. I'm pretty sure if I was a betting man, I'd say I didn't. No, I didn't. I did not play this game on the channel, but I should. Yeah, fun game. Fun game. All right, guys. Now it's time for another controversial one. You guys are probably going to think this game should be higher. Oh, it's loading. Okay, there we go. This is a game that, again, you guys are probably going to think I would put this game higher, but you would be wrong. Off topic. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We're just here to talk about games, right? I'd binge. Hell yeah, Spaghetto. But at number 13, we have Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3, I mean, what can I say about it? It's what brought a lot of this community together. It's introduced us to McChicken, our unofficial channel mascot. It's taken up pretty much every hour of my free time. Recently, I've been on an insane Splatoon 3 grind. But, you know, as my regulars here or longtime viewers would tell you, I'm a very honest person. I don't sugarcoat things. I will say things for how they are, for better or worse. But Splatoon 3 has issues. First off, there's almost nothing to do in the game offline outside of the campaign. The Splatoon games really, I think 4 should focus more on single player content, or for people who don't have offline or online. Because if you're just a little Timmy and you don't like have the money to pay for Switch Online, if your parents don't want to get it for, like, you got the campaign and that's really about it. Also, so I'm gonna stay on that point a little longer. I'm not saying they should move away from the online multiplayer content into a more single player focus. That is not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that base game single player needs some love. That's what Side Order was meant to be, but it doesn't really have enough to be that. No, I think it does, but Side Order should have been base. I'm talking about base game, because the reality is if you don't have the funds, or pardon me, the means to get Switch Online, you're probably not going to be getting Side Order. But the games need more single player love, and I'll talk more about this in my Splatoon 1 video that I'm working on, but I'll have more updates for that later. So that's the first issue holding back Splatoon 3. The second thing holding back 3 is that the matchmaking sucks. This game is horrible in matchmaking. While I do like how forgiving matching can be, where like for me right now in S rank, you get in S rank Anarchy, you get 20 points per every win in open that you get, but you lose 10. So you could have a losing ratio, but still advance in Anarchy. And I don't know how I feel about that. At one end, I like how forgiving it is, but at the same time, you end up where I'm at, where you go into S rank and you have a bunch of people who have no idea what they're doing. They don't know how to push an objective. They don't know how to wait for an advantage to push an objective. It just, so many matches where you're like, how the hell are you people in S rank? Or how are you in A rank? You're playing like you're in C or B rank. And then it matches, this goes back to matchmaking. Then you get matched with these people. And you can go on these huge losing streaks. I definitely believe the conspiracy theory that Splatoon 3's matchmaking tries to keep you at 0.500 wins. I can't prove that, but just after playing this game as much as I have recently, it definitely feels like the game wants you to stay near 500. But I also don't like how nobody really knows how matchmaking works in 3. I like transparency in my games, but I can kind of understand why they don't reveal that. But I don't know. It's a great game. I love this game so much. It means a lot to me, but the lack of single player and offline content and poor matchmaking is really hurting this game on my list. And even if Side Order was base game, it wouldn't really do anything else for me, just because I don't like roguelikes. I'd say Side Order is the campaign that needed. Oh, I already read that. Imagine multiplayer levels, that'd be fun. Yeah, that would be. Side Order ran out of stuff too quick for a roguelike. It definitely felt shallow, didn't it? And I haven't completed it yet. I've only done 2 weapons. Or I've beaten 2 weapons. I've attempted more, but I've beaten 2 weapons, and I have like a third of the lockers opened and like a decent chunk of the upgrades. It's got something to it, but I just don't like roguelikes, so I think that hurts it for me. To be fair, S rank isn't as high as it seems. S rank is actually very low. Yeah, if you count the S plus zeros to S plus 50s, then yes, S rank is actually really low. But it's like I said the other day, the only thing I think the letter ratings mean is how much you play the game. Like, I don't think it's a fair assessment of skill. But yes, if you do count each S rank as its own individual ranking, then yes, S rank is low. But still, for the amount of grind it takes to get into S rank and the skill you need to have to advance in it and to escape it, you should absolutely be much better than what I see. It's like a huge spectrum of skill level that you see in S rank. It's really, really weird. Also, negative points is crazy. I just figured that out the other day just searching on it. Like, you can go negative in the points. That's wild. And there's X rank as well. Oh yeah, the letter doesn't actually go into the matchmaking. I had a feeling. But yeah, hopefully we can try X rank soon, but we got to get McChicken out of S rank first to unlock it. But again, I love Splatoon 3. It's high on my list for a reason. I enjoy it, but there's just some issues with it that I hope that 4 irons out. But I'm super pumped for Raiders. I don't know, Francis, but you should be able to demote sometimes. Does X rank not have very good matchmaking either? I mean, hopefully I can figure that out for myself, but man, we're flying through this. Actually, we're making good time. Halfway through the list and we're at an hour in. Not bad, not bad. I mean, it's a little strange, or at least for me, sometimes it's either better or worse, both usually the same as A rank or S rank. Okay, honestly, if matchmaking was better, I'd say Splat 3 would be better. Yes, Hyper, that's exactly what I'm saying. The matchmaking hurts this game on my ranking, and the lack of offline content also hurts it as well. But moving on, at number 12 we have The Sims 3. We're continuing the trend of third game in the series. We got Jak 3, Splatoon 3, and now The Sims 3. The ultimate sandbox game. Oh, I gotta get this going. The Sims 3, the ultimate sandbox game. You can do basically anything there. I've lost so many hours to The Sims 3. Hey, DJ. How are you, man? Yeah, how many hours do I have in this game? I have 184 hours in The Sims 3, which for me is pretty good, just because I don't have a whole lot of time to game these days. But The Sims 3, what can I say about it? It's so much fun. You can create a cursed orphanage where your babies are left outside in the rain while a babysitter plays on the computer. You can throw a pool party, delete the ladder, and watch everybody drown. You can fill a room of fireplaces and watch the place burn to the ground. There's so many horrible things you can do in the game, but there's also a lot of wild and fun things that you can do. The DLC for this game is amazing. Not all of them are. There's some flops, but for the most part, the DLC actually adds quite a bit. But it's so much better than what Splatoon, what Sims 4 did. I keep saying Splatoon. What Sims 4 did. Sims. God damn it. Sims 4 is ass. Sims 3 is a masterpiece. Hey, Pinky. Yeah, Daniel's not here yet. Wait. Oh, sorry. I hate this game, but I've never played it. I just got a bunch of ads of people kissing in Sims 3 while trying to watch a Minecraft Let's Play after 6th grade school day. That is such a wild statement. Wait, this little key sounds better than I thought. It's so much fun, Spaghetto. You should go watch the Orphanage series if you haven't. Wait, weren't you in that? I think you were an orphan in that. Never mind. I'm forgetting my orphans. But the Orphanage playthrough was so much fun. I've had so many funny playthroughs in this game. And yeah, the character customization is amazing. The house customization is probably one of the best in gaming. But yeah, there's really not a lot. Like, there's so much you can do in this game. It's the ultimate sandbox game. Like, I'm not doing it justice because there's like so much. There's the collectibles, there's the fish, there's like a bajillion different jobs you can have your sim do. There's different maps. I think there's actually some mod support with it. I think people have modded the game also. There's so much. There's like all these different challenges you can impose on yourself. You know, I don't even really like video games. I respect that though, Pinky. That's right. You don't have to like video games to hang out with us. Yeah, Sims 3. Everybody should play this game. It is so much fun, and it is what you make it. It is exactly what you make it. Okay, next up. At number 11, just missing out on the top 10. This is when the list got super hard for me to make. Like, I was already struggling with top 25. I was moving these games up and down, left, right, and center all throughout making this list. This is where it got really difficult for me. The parties get out of control. They do. Yeah, Sophie not being here again is crazy. Hyper. But at number 11 and just missing out on the top 10, we have Fire Emblem Fates. I want to put Conquest here just because I think Conquest is the best out of the three routes. I really like Birthright also, but I think Conquest is just better. But yeah, Fates is the Fire Emblem game that really hooked me. Like, Awakening got me into the series, and Fates made me fall in love with it. Birthright was the very first video game I ever pre-ordered. It means a lot to me. The game has so much customization with all the seals, but it like makes you work for it. Because you have the friendship seals. You need to get someone to A+ rank, or you got the partner seal to become the class of the person you married. Speaking of marriage, there's marriage in this game. You can have kids with units, and then you can make the units have kids, and then you can recruit those kids into your army. There's so much depth to this game, especially with like ability passing and inheritance. The funny thing about Fates also is that the bronze weapons are actually the best weapons in the game. Like, the higher material rank you go in Fates, the worse the weapons get. Like, silver weapons are the worst weapons in the game. It's so funny. But there's so much depth to this game. The story is notoriously ass. Like, none of the routes tell a good story, but Revelations is truly unbearable. Conquest is laughably terrible. Like, you can meme on it, but Birthrights is just bad. I wouldn't call Birthrights terrible, but it's not great. But yeah, the story is not great, but the gameplay is so much fun. The pair-up mechanics are great. It does everything that Awakening did, but improves on it. Awakening walked so Fates could run. Not to say I dislike the stream, of course. Just that it's strange. I always find myself in male-dominated video game-focused areas. Oh, you're fine, Pinky. No, you're fine. Yeah, drafting my great-grandkids into World War III with me. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you can marry somebody off, and then you can have Corin marry that kid, and then they have a grandkid. Like... Like, what's crazy is if you have Corin marry Ophelia, Elise is a grandmother. Like, Elise is 16, I think, in the game. So the idea of a 16-year-old girl being a grandmother is so funny to me. Like, it is so cursed. I've never seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know, but I'll take your word for it. Also, the game has a bit of a dark side to it in development. There's the whole face petting thing that was cut from the Western versions of the game. There's the nickname Incest Emblem because you can marry your siblings in it and then have kids with them. Even though the Norian royals aren't your biological siblings, they're just adopted siblings. And the Birthright siblings are your half siblings. but they're still half siblings, so that's kind of fucked up. But yeah, so the game has some controversy to it, but if you ignore the bad story and the kind of weirdness about it at times, it's easily one of the best Fire Emblem games out there, in my opinion. I'm really excited to play this on the channel because Conquest is next after Radiant Dawn wraps up. We're going to play Conquest on the hardest difficulty, and oof, that's going to be a rough one. But yeah, I love Fates. It means a lot to me. I remember staying up so late at night in high school just playing Birthright. And it also had amiibo support, so if you had like an Ike or Marth amiibo, you could scan them in and recruit them into your army. Yeah, it's a great game. Great games, except Rev. We don't talk about Rev though. Thankfully, Revelations died with the eShop. Oh. Okay. Now we're in the top 10. So this is going to be another controversial one. And this is going to be a game where you guys probably think it should be ranked higher on my list, but again, this was not easy for me to rank, but at number 10, I have Persona 5 Royal. This game is phenomenal. It's one of the first games I ever played that left me with post-game depression. Like, the game ends and you're like, well, now I feel like shit. Everything's just kind of pain. Why did the game have to end? But one thing I always tell people about Persona 5 is that it has easily the best opening arc in any video game I have ever played. If we're ranking games by like the first act or first part, whatever, first area, however you want to compare it, Persona 5 is easily the best ever. Like, I don't know anybody who plays through the Kamoshida arc at the very beginning and it just is not immediately hooked on the rest of the game and immediately invested. It's phenomenal. It does such a great job of setting up its villains for the Phantom Thieves to go after. The characters are great. The characters are very memorable, like Akechi, Yusuke, the broke artist, Futaba, Haru, the secret psychopath. It's, oh my gosh, everything about the game is just fantastic, except how they treat Ryuji. I don't know why the Persona games all hate the sidekick characters. Like, Persona 3 hates Junpei. Persona 4 hates Yosuke, but I mean, Yosuke kind of deserves it a little bit. The dude needs a cold shower pretty bad. And Persona 5 hates Ryuji. Like, this isn't very much a spoiler, but when you finish up the Ark Palace and the girls all think that Ryuji died, and then he turns out that he didn't die, and when he comes back they beat the shit out of him because he didn't die. Like, it's wild how much the game hates Ryuji. I don't know why. It's stupid. I hate it how they always disrespect my boys in the Persona games. But like, all the villains are memorable. They set them all up so well. The palaces are great. The palaces were what Persona needed, because beforehand with like 3 and 4, they're all just kind of like randomized dungeon crawlers where every floor is kind of the same and you just wander your way through it till you find the stairs. Kind of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for those of you who play Mystery Dungeon. It's kind of like that. But Persona 5 came in and completely overhauled all of that. Now you've got puzzles to solve, and the puzzles are fun and engaging for the most part, except for the what is it? The outer space one. I can't remember what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. it, yeah, everything about this game is great. The story is extremely memorable. And again, it's one of the only games that have left me with gaming depression, post-game depression. And also, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but if any of you is thinking of playing this game, max out the social links with Akechi and Dr. Maruki, because you need them to unlock the third semester. And that's when the story gets even better. And that's another thing about Royal. It added the third semester. It added Kasumi to the game. It added a lot more to Akechi. That added Dr. Maruki. It added so much to Persona 5's base game, but it didn't like hinder it. It made it better. And that's something, in my opinion, that Atlas does very well with the Persona games, is they come out with the base game and then they come out with the essentially deluxe version, you know, the Royal to Persona 5, the Golden to Persona 4. It always improves, so always play the deluxe edition, quote unquote, and just learn about all these characters. The strategies of the game are fun. Some of the fights can be a little annoying, but there's so much to love about these games. I don't really have anything bad to say about it besides some of the palaces weren't that fun, and I really don't like how they treat Ryuji. It's kind of dumb, but must be like a Japanese trope thing to make fun of the sidekick character to make the main character feel more important. I don't know, but it's a trend in all of the Persona games. But there's way more to love than what there isn't to love, and I could count the things that I don't like about Royal on a single hand. But the thing that really drives home Royal for me, and the reason why it's in top 10 for me, is that it's just so fulfilling. Like, you finish the game, you get the best ending, and you just feel fulfilled. You don't feel like there's a part of you that's missing or something left to be desired or something. Like, you finish the game and it just sets. You put the controller down, you put the game down, you're like, I'm good. I'm good for a while. It's that fulfilling. I'll try and play the top 10 games at some point. Hell yeah, Hyper. If you do, let me know how they go. Would you play Mystery Dungeon on stream at some point? I would. I played DX on Switch. That game was all right. Well, we haven't gotten anything new since then. Mystery Dungeon's been kind of MIA, which is weird because I thought DX sold really well, but maybe it didn't. I've always wanted to play Persona. You should, man. You should. Yeah, another fun fact. I bought a PlayStation 4 just so I could play Persona 5. Like, obviously I have a few more games for the PS4 right now, but that's how much I love the Persona franchise. It's not as high up on my list as Fire Emblem, but Persona is definitely my second favorite gaming franchise ever. Highly, highly recommend this franchise to anybody. All right, that was a bit of a long-winded monologue, but that's going to be the case for all of these games coming up, because all of these games are in the top 10 for a reason. So coming in at number 9, just edging out Persona 5 Royal, we have Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, the greatest Lego game ever made. And just like The Sims 3, just like Banished, just like Farm Sim, just like Jak 3, this game has so much content to it. It takes the Lego Star Wars game and Lego Star Wars the original trilogy, merges them into one, and then adds even more content to them. You got the bounty hunter missions, you got the bonus areas, you've got the mini kits to collect, you've got the red bricks. The game has cheat codes that you could look up online to get the extras right away, like the score multipliers or invincibility. It's got free play, so you can run around and episode 1 with episode 4, 5, and 6's characters. It's got character customization. There's so much to love about this game. And the best part about it, this is gonna make me sound like a gaming boomer or something, but it's not voice acted. The characters just kind of mumble to each other. And that's what Lego Star Wars is best with, in my opinion. I don't like the newer games with voice acting. I like it when they're just kind of mumbling to each other, because you don't need it. You don't need voice acting in a Lego game. The whole point of the Lego game is to give you that feeling like you're playing with Legos yourself. You know, it has that vibe to it. And the Complete Saga captures that perfectly. And that's something the newer games can't do. You've got so many characters that you can unlock. You've got all 6 episodes that you can explore with 6 chapters to each one. All the bonus areas. The multiplayer is a lot of fun with this. It's couch co-op. It's got so much charm to it. And this game really means a lot to me. And I say that as somebody who grew up playing the original trilogy game, because I had original trilogy on PS2. In fact, it's on the shelf right across from my computer right now. I have the first Lego game also on PS2, but as somebody who grew up with the original trilogy game, the Complete Saga does everything it does, but better. And it fixes a lot of the annoying stages from the first Lego game for the prequel trilogy. There's just so much to love with this game. I love it. Everybody should have this game in their catalog. Let's take a drink. And it's on Steam. I wish this was a game that they brought to the modern consoles, like what they do for Skyrim and Grand Theft Auto. You know what I mean? Just keep bringing this game back. Yes, I adore sort of silent games. There's a charm to them. Like, it's difficult to pull off a silent game, but when you do pull it off, though, man, oh, they're incredible. There's a certain charm that can be captured with them that you just can't get otherwise. It's kind of nice in silent games to imagine the voices of the characters. Yeah, especially if you've never seen the movies before. And even then, you don't need to see the movies to understand the story, because even with their bumbling and mumbling, you can still understand like what they're getting at. And that's just, it's good. The best way to sum up the Complete Saga is that it perfectly captures the feeling of what it's like to play with Legos. That's the best way I can describe this game. Moving on to number 8. We have a game that I'm sure everybody has played. It's a game that refuses to die out. It'll be popular for all time. It's Minecraft. Minecraft has to be in the top 10. The game has just grown so much over the years as I've played it. I played Minecraft in its early stages back in I think I started playing the game in 2012, before beds were even added. That's how long I've been playing this. But it's got so much to love about it. I used to play online in townie servers. There was this townie server I used to play on called BitSpawn. And I used to spend just hours upon hours on that server just building my city. And the game has incredible modding. As you guys have seen here on the channel, we had guns in the game. We had a giant wither storm that just absorbed everything, including our boy Casey. Rest in peace to Casey. But no, I said The Sims 3 was the ultimate sandbox game, but I'd like to refine that statement and say Minecraft is. Like, you can truly do just about anything in this game. If you like survival mode, you can run around and try to survive with mobs. You can challenge yourself like I like to do on hardcore. You can go online and find servers to play on with people. and it's totally free. It doesn't cost anything unless you want to host your own private server, then that costs money. But like the public servers don't cost anything. Or if you just want to build creatively, you just go on creative mode, turn off mobs, and just go crazy. It's got something for everybody. The ultimate sandbox game, and it's been a huge part. It was a huge part of my childhood growing up, and I'll always love this game. And just a reminder, at 1,000 subs, guys, we're gonna rematch the Wither Storm. If we hit 1,000 by the end of the year, and I have to play it until I defeat it completely naturally, which is going to suck. First, we got to hit 1K. But no, incredible game. Everybody's played it. Everybody should play it. It's on pretty much every console these days. But yeah, there really isn't much to say about it. But there's like, that's the nice thing about it. Like, you can play hardcore or survival and try to kill the Wither, the Ender Dragon, but there's like so many ways you can go about it. Like, if you want to just live in caves for the entire game and play it that way, then you can. If you want to live in a desert, you can. If you want to live underwater or build a floating island, you can. If you want to go and live in the Nether, you can. Like, there's so many ways you can do that. I did recommend not doing hardcore the first time. Yeah, but that was part of the chaos of it, Creeper. You should make a server for stream and get all your viewers to play and everything just for fun. Yeah, no, that'd be a good idea, Spaghetto, but we need to grow the community more. And community growth has been a bit slow this year. Like, we've gotten more subs the first 5 months than any of the other years, but as far as like engaging community members, it's been pretty slow. But if it picks up, then yeah, that's absolutely something I'd be willing to explore. So I think that'd be fun. Okay. Next up at number 7, I'm about to prove all of your predictions wrong. I'm sorry in advance, but again, just know that I had this plan from the before stream, before I saw your predictions, so I'm not doing this just to mess with everything. But at number 7, this is going to catch all of you guys off guard. But I have Fire Emblem 3 Houses at number 7. No, I've never played a Fire Emblem game as much as I have 3 Houses. I have well over 1,000 hours in this game. It's got, in my opinion, the best customization for like how you want to build units out of any Fire Emblem game. It tops Fates, which is pretty impressive to do. It's got 4 interesting routes. I don't want to call them all great because Crimson Flower sucks, but Verdant Wind and Azure Moon are peak. Silver Snow is annoying, but a lot of fun. There's a lot to love about this game, but it does have a lot of problems. Graphically, it's not the best. The cutscenes don't look that great. Edelgard's route kind of sucks. As a character, she could have been flushed out a little bit more. Online completely breaks the game with hacked items, which is funny, but that's easy enough to avoid. I love this game so much. I have so many hours in this game. It's my personal favorite Fire Emblem game. But I will admit that playing Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn has hurt this game's ranking for me. It probably might, I don't know if it'd be top 5 today, even before playing those 2 games, just because my top 5 is pretty loaded. But Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance have hurt this game for me just because of, you realize just how much this game's borrowed from them. Which, I mean, to be fair, all of the Fire Emblem games borrow from each other. Like, that's not something unique to 3 Houses. They all do it. But like, the mercenary legendary father between Grail and Gerald. You have Byleth the mercenary son between Byleth and Ike. But Ike is better than Byleth in every way. Grail is better than Geralt in every way. The Black Knight is literally just, I mean, the Death Knight is literally just the Black Knight. Yeah, it's hurt the games for me, but these are still amazing games for me. I still need to play Azure Moon on the channel, which I'm really excited to do, but we're gonna wait a little bit for that. Oh, hi, Sophie. I thought you would rank 3 houses higher. I think everybody did. When I started stream and asked for predictions, a few of you predicted 3 houses to be 1 or 2. Byleth is dumb and shouldn't be in Smash. No, I'm a big supporter of Byleth in Smash. We need more Fire Emblem characters, damn it. Give me Alm. Where's Alm? Let's get rid of Pyra and Mithra and make a new duo unit called Alm and Celica. That's what we need. Where's Fire Emblem Bros Brawl? Yeah, that is a pretty bad opinion. No, we need more. I don't mind the Fire Emblem characters. Oscar. No, add Mist. Let's get Mist. I would gladly trade all of the Fire Emblem characters in Smash for Mist. Easy. Byleth is like the most unique Fire Emblem rep. Get rid of some of the others. Get rid of Corrin. Get rid of Corrin. I don't like Corrin. Corn on the cob. But yeah, no, I love 3 houses. The game means a lot to me. It kept me busy through college. And I always try to play it at least once a year. But the game's incredible. Yes, it does have its shortcomings. Yes, Monastery is annoying after a while. But this game would easily be... I think the Fire Emblem community as a whole could agree that 3 houses would be the best Fire Emblem game at the series if it had a hub area like what Fates had. Like if you take the Fates hub with like the shops and like the character just kind of running around this small little area for the shops that you just get in and out of without like quests, and you put that in 3 houses instead, I think 3 houses is easily the best game in the franchise in the community's eye. I think Monastery hurts the game in community rankings quite a bit, and I get that, but I personally don't mind it. So it comes down to preference, but yeah, for me, I love 3 houses. And I look forward to playing Azure Moon Maddening for you guys. Okay. Next up, we got 6th place, the game that just missed out of the top 5. And just let me guys tell you, this hurt to exclude from the top 5, but it had to be done. It just had to. It hurts, but it had to be done. And coming in at number 6, I have The Last of Us. One of the most iconic story games I have ever played. And just like Persona 5, The Last of Us is that super fulfilling game. You finish it, and then you just put the game down. You're like, I'm good for a while. It's going to be in my mind. It's something that I think about for a while. This game is a masterpiece of writing. It is written so incredibly well. Ellie is an incredible character. Joel is an incredible character. The two and how they grow throughout their journey and how they start off hating each other, but they learn to really like each other, so much so that Joel damns humanity at the end of it just because of Ellie. Like, we can debate the ending of The Last of Us all we want, but the growth that the two have, they're both memorable, they're both lovable, they're fantastic characters. It is survival horror, and that's saying something because I don't like horror games, but The Last of Us is So good for me. I love it. One thing that I really like about this game is when you play it on the hardest difficulty, I can't remember what it's called, but Carson and I played it, and it turned every single like level an area into a puzzle. Like there was one way to do every area. Like you walk around this corner, you grab the brick, and then you throw it over there, then you sneak around to this room, you get the thing there, and then by that time the other zombie's making his rounds, you got to hide and wait him out, then you got to walk this specific route, grab the bottle, throw it over there. It just goes on. It turns every map into a puzzle. Obviously don't play the hardest difficulty on your first go around, but it gets better with the higher difficulties, in my opinion. Some people don't like that, and I totally get that, but for me it just gets better the higher the difficulty is, because it becomes more of a puzzle and problem solving, which made it so much fun for me to play. But everything about the game is memorable. There's going to be characters that you really like, characters that you really don't like. It's got deep lore, it's got world building, it's got everything. The only thing that, well, okay, I'm gonna say one thing that this game does not do well is the multiplayer. The online multiplayer is notoriously ass for this game, but I'm not holding that against this game. That's not what's keeping it out of top 5. What's keeping it out of top 5 is 5 other games that are just that incredible. But The Last of Us is another game that just finds its way onto every console, and rightfully so. And it's a game that everybody should pick up and play. It's very cheap. I think it's on Steam now, actually. I think it finally got ported to Steam, but I have it on PS3. But I will say though, the scene with Sarah at the beginning, that broke me, by the way. When I was little, when I was younger, I mean, because I was a teenager when this game came out, right? When did this game come out? June 2013. So I was 14 years old when this game came out. I was that old? I thought it was like 13 when the game came out. What's this song name, by the way? The one playing right now, or the one that just finished? But yeah, everybody should experience The Last of Us. Like, take it from me. Again, I'm somebody who does not like horror games, but The Last of Us is a masterpiece. The game right now is Beneath the Mask. It's from Persona 5 Royal. Funny enough. But yeah, phenomenal game. It could absolutely be in my top 5 and I wouldn't bat an eye, but yeah. So next up, at number 5, just making it in to the top 5, we have the one, the only Expedition 33. This one took me a bit of thinking to do, but throughout all the debate that I had with myself on this, I realized, yes, this game is absolutely top 5 games I have ever played in my life. I don't think it's higher than top 5. I do like it more than The Last of Us. I do like it more than Three Houses, which hurts me to say. The game is just incredible. It takes the lore and world building of Dark Souls and combines it with the gameplay of Persona, and then just says, I can do everything you guys are doing, but better. And I've never played a Dark Souls game. I just know about that through just what I've watched from Dark Souls. But it takes Persona's combat and gameplay style, and it just improves upon it so much. Like, the player face stuff is interactive with your timings. The enemy face stuff is interactive with dodging and parrying, which you kind of have to do. Well, I mean, not really. You could brute force the game with some pretty stupid builds I've seen, but the game just has so much fun with its combat Starlight, you were kicked from the Discord for spam. What? It's not We Just Dance? I love it too. Yeah, I love Just Dance. That's a fun game. But yeah, going back to Expedition 33, I feel like this, I don't know how many of you watched my video that I posted on Expedition 33, but the game was a bit of a slow burn with its story in the beginning. And by the time you got through like, but when I was mostly the way through Act 2, I was just thinking to myself, okay, this game is fun. But how did this game win all of these awards? Like, sure, it's fun. It's got a great soundtrack. I can understand that award. I can understand the Indie Game of the Year award. That like some of the awards made sense, but that decorated and that much praise? Like, really? And then Act 2 ended. And then Act 3 began. And then I immediately was like, oh yeah, no, this is one of the best games I've ever played. I'm not gonna spoil it just in case like people like Sophie are still working on it. The ending almost broke me. There is only one correct ending for this game. I don't care what anybody says. There is only one true ending for this game. But that's like it just goes to show how phenomenal the game is, where we online can have these philosophical discussions on a video game. Like, how many video games create that kind of discussion? Like, there's more than one ending, Sophie. One is not happy, Hyper. They both are not. Neither of them are happy. But let's not talk about that. Sophie still hasn't finished it. But like, there's this huge philosophical debate around the ending of the game and the characters and everything about the paintings and Verso and the family. The game has so much depth. Okay, Starlight, are you gonna spam in chat also? Like, what are we doing? But oh my gosh, yeah. There's some problems that I have with this game though. It is super easy to completely body the final boss fight, like what I accidentally did. I did just the character quests and a few hub world bosses, and then I go into the final boss fight and just completely body it. But that is fun. Like, that's it's a complaint I have, but it's also like a pro to it, because the game lets you just completely break it with some insanely OP builds, and I love that. I wish more games were like that. Where's my... There's that. But yeah, there's so much depth to this game. It's got a really good story. It's just a bit of a slow burner. But when it picks up, it all just makes sense. You're like, oh, I just needed to be patient with it. That's what I would tell myself if I were to go back in time to myself starting to have the complaints about it at the end, is like, hey, just be patient, just wait. It's gonna smack the shit out of you when it happens. When the twist happens about the canvases, it's gonna smack the shit out of you. You are not going to be ready for it. And it makes, like, everything makes sense, because like Alicia like appears to Mael in the nightmares and the visions, and she's like, I envy them because they know not that they are not. And you're like, what the hell is she mumbling about? And then Act 2 ends, you're like, oh, that's what she means. Like, it just kind of makes everything make sense. But yeah, I think I'm close to level. Oh my gosh, Sophie, you're going to destroy the final fight. Like, the final Renoir fight, for me, he never got to attack. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. But you got to go watch it for yourself, Sophie, after you beat it. But nobody mentioned anything about any of the endings. But yeah, Expedition 33 is a phenomenal game. I bought the game on sale, and after finishing it, I feel terrible for buying it on sale. Like, buy this game at retail value. Anything less is disrespectful to the game. It is that good. It's one of those rare games where you can say, no, buy it at retail value. Anything less is disrespectful. Hell, raise the game to $100. It's still worth it. Yeah, yeah, like you said, Michael, the game almost broke me. I didn't cry at the ending, but I got pretty damn near close. I'm still holding it to 3. Only 3 games have made me cry, and I'd like to keep it that way. But yeah, so Expedition 33, easy, top 5 for me. Moving on to number 4, the game that I hold just above Expedition 33. This is going to be a hot take. No, maybe not. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. But at number 4, I have The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. In my opinion, the greatest Zelda game ever made. It's got tremendous world building. It is probably the most iconic Zelda game out of the series, with, you know, Ganon and Ganondorf and, you know, the time travel stuff and the deep lore. Like, there's books written on the lore of this game. The game is just so simple yet so brilliant, and the fact that it's an N64 game, it's aged like wine, and it just gets better and better over the years. There apparently are rumors that this game's about to get remastered in the near future, but nothing's been officially confirmed. I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, one thing that's really hard to pull off in video games is the silent protagonist. But Link does it so well in Ocarina. The dungeons are all memorable. I actually really like the water temple, which is pretty controversial. I don't hate any of the dungeons or temples. I like the time travel mechanic, how you like if you're gonna 100% the game, which I have done before. I've 100%ed Ocarina twice. You gotta like flip between adult Link and child Link to go back to these areas, and you got to have the Ocarina songs. I wish they still made the Zelda games that were centered around an instrument. I felt like they were better for that. But there's just so much depth and lore to this game. Zelda is let's talk about Zelda in Ocarina. Zelda's my favorite. Zelda in Ocarina is my favorite Zelda. Because all of the... all the Zeldas are descendants of each other, I believe. But all the Links are just the spirit of the hero incarnate, if I remember that right. But Ocarina of Time Zelda is my favorite Zelda, just because at the end of the game, when her and Link are in like the sky void after sealing Ganon away, she's like, Link, I fucked up. Like, we played right into Ganondorf's hand. We gathered the spiritual stones for him, and it's our fault. Everything went to shit, but I was young. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that we already kind of had him soft locked to begin with. Like, she was very aware of her mistakes. She was like, hey, I messed up, but we're gonna make this right. I'm gonna send you back in time so you don't lose your childhood because of me. Like, she's the best Zelda. Not to, yeah, like you said, Starlight, chic, like, and she's also this ass-kicking ninja lady just floating around, and she plays her harp with you and she just disappears and whatnot. Like, she's very involved in the gameplay. Not the gameplay, but the game, the story. And she like fools Ganondorf with her disguise, and she still slips up. Like, she's very human in that, but she's smart enough to understand that, hey, she messed up, which is, oh, I love her so much. She's the best. Yeah, Wind Waker, Tetra was all right. Except she got stuck on the steps that one time during my Wind Waker playthrough. I'm like, yep, definitely doesn't have the Triforce of Wisdom. But no, I love Ocarina. Again, there's books written about just the lore of this game. Yeah. She's great. Link is great. The side characters are all great. The Skulltulas are fun to collect. The heart pieces are fun. I don't like the magic beans. That stuff's kind of annoying to me. But, and also, like, people, not a lot of people. This is a very niche group of people. Oh, I'm gonna turn that down, sorry. But there's a lot of people that wish that Ocarina of Time was a bit more open world, and those are just the little Timmies that grew up playing Breath of the Wild. But it's open enough to the end where you can do the Shadow Temple or the Spirit Temple in any order you want. But I like how linear it is. I think it works better for the story. I think it works better for the game. But it does everything right. There's not really anything I can think of that Ocarina does wrong besides the stupid magic beans, but those are totally optional. It's a game that's withstood the test of time, and it just ages like wine. I love it so much. Okay. Story-driven games should be more linear. They should, Hyper. But they, not always. They can work open world. Like, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it helps when there's a bit of a guardrail for it. But like, the thing about Ocarina is, if you're not paying attention to like what people are saying, you're going to get lost. Like, Navi is annoying, but she's not going to spell out everything for you. It's not a modern game where there's going to be constant dialogue where everybody's just constantly chatting and reminding you where to go and everything's painted yellow and whatnot. Like, no, if you're not paying attention and if you're not thinking creatively, the game is going to humble you, which is awesome. That's how games should be. But moving on to our top three, or my top three. I can't say our top three because I'm pretty sure most of you would disagree with the majority of this list. But that's the fun thing about gaming, right? Is that it's all different. Thank you for the 6 likes so far tonight, fellas. Really appreciate it. As I take a drink here. But, all right. Number 3, the bronze medal game on my list. This one is going to probably catch a lot of you off guard. But a game that I hold above Ocarina, that I hold above Expedition 33, above Royal, above The Last of Us, above all of these games is 007 Nightfire. This game is probably the single most nostalgic game that I have ever played. I picked up this game at a yard sale when I was young, and just because it looked interesting. And it has become my favorite shooter game, or one of my favorite shooter games ever. The multiplayer is so much fun. You can do like the multiplayer modes in like single player, so you can set up a room of like bots and you can like change their intelligence and skill and whatnot and run around. What Carson and I used to do with this game is we would create a group of 8 AI bots, which is the max you could have, and they would all be like really easy to kill. They'd have low health and whatnot, but one of them would be this Yakuza character. And we would give him max health, max intelligence, max aim, just max out all of his stats. And we would call him the Super Asian. We called him the Super Asian, and he would just run around just completely bodying everybody. But we set everybody to have one life, and we called it the Hunger Games. Because you have one life and you try to be the last one surviving, because it's a free-for-all mode that we'd set it to. And it's something Carson and I have wanted to play on the channel for a while now, but again, just getting things to line up with each other is a bit difficult. But the campaign is a lot of fun. It's very short, but it's very fun. It tells a fine story. It's 007, man. It's the legend himself, James Bond, man. But this game is so much fun. I have lost so many hours to this game. I could put Carson in the call right now and he could probably just talk for hours on our history with this game. And like, he would come over to my place and we'd just play this game all night, or I'd go over to his house and he had it on GameCube and we'd play it all night. It's on GameCube and PS2 for those of you who are curious. So it is an older game, but I would highly recommend you guys play it. Can you do a playthrough of this game? I already have played it on the channel. So if you guys are curious about the single player of this game, it is on the channel. And I played it on the hardest difficulty, so you know that I'm a gamer. And there's like this. So the fun thing about the AI is that even when you set their intelligence to like max, the AI is still really stupid with like some weapons. Like there's the stun grenade, for example. And the AI doesn't know how to use the stun grenade. So if you set the weapon class of the multiplayer round to explosives 1 or explosives 2, whatever it is, where it's only like hand grenades, the AI doesn't know how to use stun grenades. So they end up getting into these like ritualistic circles where they just orbit each other. And they throw stun grenades into the middle of their circle, stun themselves. They all get stunned in place, just like grabbing their head because they just got hit by a stun grenade. Then they get up and they start circling each other again. But they always get stuck on the item spawns for stun grenades. So they never run out. They just keep passing over the item spawn for the stun grenades. And they just get caught in this infinite loop of stunning themselves. So you can just waltz up to them when they're stunning each other in this weird ritual, and you just start punching them until they die, or you just throw an actual frag grenade into the middle and they just blow up. The game is so funny at times, but the Hunger Games are iconic between Carson and I. Who's Carson? He's my best friend. He's one of my oldest childhood friends. He's not an old friend. He's still a good friend, a very good best friend of mine. But he still lives in Washington, so I don't get to see him a whole lot. But we hop in Discord, and I got him into Splatoon recently. But I don't know if he's played it recently. But yeah, no, Carson is a childhood best friend of mine. And he's been on the channel before. Like, he's made appearances before. Like, we did a podcast episode on the channel, the Josh Cast. Only OGs remember that. But he was on the episode Uncle Ricky's Pillow Fight. That was a funny episode. He was on a couple Persona episodes. He was in the Smash Brothers subscriber special. He was a part of the infamous Can I Get an Amen clip. Only OGs of this channel remember that. The Can I Get an Amen clip. That is one of my favorite channel clips of all time. But yeah, 007 Nightfire, guys. If you ever have the chance to play this game, play it. It is phenomenal with friends. It's a fun single player experience, but it's better with friends as a couch co-op. All right, guys. We've made it to number 2. My second favorite video game of all time. Any predictions? We'll do predictions for the last two. Any predictions of what number 2 might be now that you've seen the list of what we have so far? Mario Kart Wii, okay. Twilight Princess. Meant that our main weapons are C rank in the meta, but I wouldn't mind playing Splatoon with you, Hyper. Yeah, you should join. We'll be playing Splatoon on Saturday. Pinky, you should stop by. Tomodachi Life 3DS, Mario Kart Wii and Deluxe, Tears of the Kingdom, Shrek Extra Large. No, I should have put Shrek Extra Large here as a troll. But no. Ladies and gentlemen, my second favorite video game of all time is none other than the iconic Star Wars Battlefront 2. The classic, not that remake or the new Steam port. This is my favorite shooter game of all time. I have played this game for thousands of hours. The game just has... It doesn't have like a whole lot of content on paper, but it is so deep with the content that it does have. You have Rise of the Empire, which tells the essentially Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith story. It's got Galactic Conquest, which is like a board game style thing, which is so much fun. That was probably my favorite mode. It's got instant action where you can play on any of the maps. You can do like hunt mode on some of them. You can do Mos Eisley on hero mode, where you just run around with Jedi versus Sith. The game is just... It's like, it's so simple. That's the crazy thing about it. Just like Nightfire, it's so simple, but it is perfect in everything that it does. There's no pay to win. There's no DLC. It's just a straight good game right out of the case. The game was originally released on PS2 and the original Xbox, but it's on Steam now. But I don't really have like an in-depth analysis of the game to play. It's just so much fun. And again, just like Nightfire, it's better played with friends on multiplayer. One thing that Carson and I used to do when we were little is we would go to a stage and we would just hide somewhere. We would hide like in a corner somewhere where the AI wouldn't find us. And we would wait until we were the last 2 members of our team. And then the 2 of us would try to solo like the 100+ units that are still alive, because you can change how many like reinforcements spawn at the beginning. So we would try to style or survive and style on the enemies by making it like a survival thing. Like, oh shit, it's just us now. If we die, we lose. There's so much fun you can have with this game. Again, play with friends. It is so much better. But yeah. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the final game. My favorite video game of all time. Do we have any guesses on what my favorite game of all time is? Games that I like more than Battlefront 2, Ocarina, Expedition, Jack 3, Splatoon 3, Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite, so no, it's not Fortnite. If you're a good person, it'll be Mario Kart Wii. Never played Roblox. Yeah, you are hilarious, Pinky. But no. With the way this list has been, I have no idea. Oh, man. Yeah, cool math games. That would have been funny. No, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite video game of all time. I'm actually going to take a drink of water first. Water is delicious, especially when it's been in the refrigerator. Hold on. Kahoot. Wait, is Kahoot on this list? I have to check. No, Kahoot is not on this list. Okay, valid. Okay. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite video game of all time. This is gonna make sense for my long time channel regulars. But my favorite video game of all time is none other than Persona 4 Golden. This game, man, it came out of nowhere for me. This was see, everybody had a pandemic game when the COVID pandemic hit. And Persona 4 was that game. I saw Persona 4 on sale for 20 bucks on Steam during the winter sale because it was when everything was just shutting down in Washington. And I was like, you know what? I have heard so much about Persona. I heard so much about how people love it. It's a phenomenal series. I'm just gonna pick up 4 because it was on sale. Because this was before, I believe, 5 was added to Steam. I don't think 5 was on Steam yet. But, so yeah, I picked up 4 Golden and immediately fell in love with it. This is easily the best game I have ever played in my life. You people are haters. But, no, this has the most memorable cast of characters I have ever played through in a video game. Yes, Teddy is very annoying. Yes, Yosuke needs a cold shower, but they're memorable in it. Like, it's part of their character. And one thing I always talk about is Kanji. Kanji is one of my favorite characters in gaming across any game. Like, if I was to do a tier list of, or like a ranking of my favorite video game characters, Kanji would easily be top 5. And the crazy thing about Kanji is that when he first like showed up in the plot and like his arc had come up, I could not stand Kanji. I was like, oh, it's this shit. Like, oh, the game's doing this and whatnot. Like, oh God, here we go again. But then the game like actually explored his character. Like that's the best way I can put it. I keep trying to elaborate beyond that, but it just explored his character and it elaborated on things and it developed him, and his social links were incredible. And by the end of the game, not even by the end of the game, by like halfway through the game, Kanji was easily my favorite character in the game. I love Kanji so much. He's written perfectly. He has a ton of growth throughout the game. He's hilarious in the anime. If you guys want to experience like the game for yourself, I 1 played it here on the channel, but 2, it has an anime. Don't watch the Golden anime. Do not watch the Golden anime. The Golden anime is not good. Just the regular Persona 4 anime it does the game justice. It even has the same voice actors. But the cast is so memorable. Yu Narukami, also known as Chad Narukami. You got Chie, Yukiko, Rise is best girl. Don't at me. Naoto is a great character. Every character in this game has depth. And the thing about Personas 3 and 5 is that in Persona 3 and 5, the cast of characters just feel like co-workers. You know, they're just colleagues, essentially. Like, not all of them get along. They're just there like, oh, we have a common goal. We have a common power. We're just here for a common cause. But the Persona 4 cast, they're like a genuine friend group. Like they hang out together. They like, even without Yuna or Kami around, like they're hanging out with each other. They're like a genuine friend group, and they're written so well together. And yeah, this game though really hit me in the feels. Like it didn't break me, but the ending was really sad. The ending is really sad, but the game was it's the most fulfilling game I've ever played, and it's a game that when I finished it, I was just thinking about it for weeks. And it's the first Persona game that I 100%ed on Steam. I got every single Steam achievement for it. And that was tough. Like, how many hours do I have? I have 188 hours in this game. I've got all 50 achievements. This game is absolutely phenomenal. It's about 80 hours long. It's a very long story, but oh man, is it good. And also Nanako. Like, don't even get me started on Nanako. Like, she must be protected at all costs. She's a gem. She's best sister. No, she's not best cousin. She's best sister. She's too good to be just cousin. Best sister Nanako. And if you didn't do heaven, if you didn't do the heaven dungeon on day one, you're a freak. You're a psychopath if you didn't do the heaven dungeon day one. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. But if you'd like to see the game, I did play it on the channel, which is actually the playthrough that I 100%ed it on, or finished it up, because it was my second time playing it. But yeah, I love this game so much. Which one, Starlight? Like, if you're talking about the first one on the PS1, absolutely, I have played it. It's a good game. But yeah, so this is my top 25 list. Guys, this was a hard list for me to make, but I like it. I think it represents me pretty well in my taste and what I could pick of my top 25 games, my personal favorite games. Like, again, these are not a ranking of the top 25 best games. Like, do not get that twisted. That would be a whole different list. But also, some honorable mentions, because I listed out as many games as I could, and there were some games that got bumped from this list that couldn't make it just because of Pinky. You already joined the Discord link. I sent it to you the last time you were here. Like, you literally joined the Discord. I saw it on stream. But yeah, so some honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 25, but would have made up the top 30 if I did 30. So the 5 games that missed out on the top 25, this is going to be in no particular order. Why did you leave the Discord, Pinky? But yeah, anyways, no, Starlight, you're staying out of the Discord. You've lost that privilege. No, Pinky, you can become a bit more of a regular for that. Like, the Discord is supposed to be a place for my channel regulars to hang out with each other. It's not just, I don't know. It was meant for regulars. That's why I don't post it in the description anymore, and why I removed it from all of them. But yeah, anyways, I got sidetracked. The 5 honorable mentions would be Pokemon Soul Silver, the best Pokemon game ever made, easily. Mario Kart Wii just missed out on top 25. God, what else? I don't have my list pulled up of what all missed out on it. But Mario Kart Wii and Soul Silver were the top of the honorable mention list. They were the ones that got bumped out. Oh, Mario Party DS. Mario Party DS was there. Mario Party DS. I used to play that shit on the bus ride to school all the time. To and from. You guys have never played Mario Party DS. So much fun. It's my favorite just from a nostalgia standpoint, but the GameCube ones are way better. Yes, I will agree with you on that, but nostalgia does have a role in my favorites. But yeah, the GameCubes are better. What else? Yeah, I can't remember them all. I'm drawing a blank on which ones were bounced. Hold on, I think I might have. Hold on. Where did I put it? What? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. So so I found them. The other two that were bounced was Fire Emblem Echoes and A Hat in Time. Those were the ones that were bounced. Hold on, just writing something down. Yeah. Excuse me. My tier list goes Borderlands 2, Splat 3. I don't care about their games I played. That's all right. I was playing Mario Party DS on a short road trip with my friend. Goated game. I used to play it all the time with my siblings and friends when I was younger. Yeah. I used to play with my cousins. Have you ever played Mario Bros. Wii with the bros when coming home? No, we've never had a Wii set up on a school bus, so no. But actually, fun fact about Mario Bros. Wii, that was... you'd have to ask Carson this. He might remember this better than me. But it was either Mario Kart... No, God damn it, I can't speak. Super Mario Brothers Wii or Smash Brothers Brawl Subspace Emissary. Those were the first two games that Carson and I ever played together. So I love Mario Bros. Wii just for a nostalgia standpoint. Because we were young when we played that game. And we still talk about it, some of our memories with that game. But yeah, I have a lot of... Yeah, Brawl and also missed out on the list. But besides a nostalgia standpoint, I don't really have a whole lot of love for Mario Bros. Wii, just besides the memories that I have with it. I don't really like the 2D Mario games a whole lot. They don't really do anything for me. Just Dance is a fun series, Pinky. But yeah, from a nostalgia standpoint, that game is iconic for me. don't know of a High School Musical rhythm game. But do you guys remember? Did you guys ever play the Connect Star Wars game? That dancing game with the legendary "I'm Han Solo" song. God, that song is so goated. I have it on a couple playlists. The "I'm Han Solo" song is S tier music. Yeah. All right. Hey, that's gonna do it for tonight, fellas. That was a nice little stream tonight. I actually have some pretty big updates to go over with you guys. So we'll do updates, we'll do some thank yous. And also this playlist is getting ready to end. Can you wait until I hit 225? Yeah, what the hell, Spaghetto? Nobody bought first place tonight, but you're still not winning, man. Like, that's tragic, dude. But yeah, we'll go for a little longer. We can... No, Pinky, you can show up to streams more often if you want the Discord link. And also, you left. Like, you left. You had it, and then you made the conscious decision to say, I'm leaving. Like... No, you can earn it back. We still love you though, Pinky. But come on. Your hand slipped. Okay. So, stream schedule for the rest of the week. Hold on. Delete that. So we'll be back tomorrow night with Radiant Dawn. We'll continue that game. Continuing onward with Ike and friends and Makai and friends and Alencia and friends and a bunch of units that are way too OP. And a Roid Raging Mist still. And then Saturday is going to be a very special stream because... Oh. Change that. Because McChicken, for those of you who aren't in the Discord, I posted a update there that McChicken finally hit 1,000 experience. She is ready to take on a rank up series to get into S+ for the first time ever. So Saturday, you're gonna want to be there early because depending on what's in rotation, we're gonna be putting McChicken into a rank up series and trying to get her into X battles. She's been working hard. She had I switched her over temporarily back to Wellstring, and she did 2 series of zones, and she went 9-3 in 2 series. She went 5-0 in one, and then 4-3 in the other, and that shot her all the way up to like 900 points. I was so happy, but yeah, so we'll be going for her rank up, hopefully getting it first try. She's only at 1,080 points right now, so we've got one shot at this. I might put in a little bit of time with her tonight and maybe on Friday to get her a little experience. If I could get her to a 1,170, just so that way she can take 2 shots at a series, that would be ideal, because these series, man, they can be really unforgiving. Sorry, I just had to write something down. Yeah, I'm always remembering updates as I go through with updates. I probably will pop in and say hi, but it's exam week next week. So yeah, no, take care of your priorities first, guys. Like, pass your tests and then celebrate. And hopefully celebrate with McChicken. But if we can get McChicken into S+, you know we got to do another photo shoot again with her, with you guys, where we open up a private group and celebrate with you guys, have a squid party or something. We can absolutely do a squid party if we can get her into S+, but that's going to be the main goal on Saturday. Get McChicken back to S+, or back to S+, into S+. She's never been there before. Yeah, so that's stream schedule, and hopefully we see you guys on Saturday. I saw a message from someone that I missed. Yay McChicken, U9 indeed, hyper. Call McChicken W, thank you. Are you too good at Splatoon to play turf with us casual players now? No, I'd still play turf, but I've just really been going pedal to the metal, trying to get her into S+ before the season ends at the end of the month. Before she gets taken all the way back down to A rank. She's the GOAT, obviously. She is. I love her so much. A series of death and despair. I'm cooked. Oh, dude, that's tragic. Falling asleep like that. I swear tomorrow's the last day and teachers still teach a new subject. Yeah, dude, for real. Like, some teachers just want to see the world burn. But yeah, moving on to announcements. May 25th, guys. Next week. It's happening. Those of you who are at the stream when I announced this. If you know, you know. But if you do know, keep it to yourself. But it starts on the 25th. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. It should be a very fun time. Hey, Dendro. Good to see you, man. What do I know? Oh, you know, Creeper. The thing that I talked about, it's happening, and it starts on the 25th. So put that on your calendar, guys. That's going to be a fun time. You guys are going to like it. Next up, update on the Splatoon 1 video. It's actually done. Like, I finished it today. I've got June's video already done, and June hasn't even started yet. Because again, like I said, I'm off work, so I've just been grinding on the channel, making content. So the Splatoon 1 video is done. It will be out this weekend for members only, and then it'll stay members only until June 1st. Then it'll be released to the non-members. So you guys will get about a week with it before it goes public. But speaking of that, or beyond that, the Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn video is now in production. Hopefully I can have the script done tomorrow, or most of the script, because I got to finish the game first before I finish the script. But I should be able to get most of the script knocked out before that. So that's pretty big. And I say that because I feel comfortable in saying that next weekend we will start Skylanders. So I feel like I'm pretty well caught up now with my scripted videos than I should be by the time next week ends. But yeah, so Skylanders should start next weekend. Damn, Spaghetto. You're getting on our boy. Dendro did nothing wrong. He showed up. That's more than some people. But no. Yeah, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Next order of business. This is kind of important. Let me see what... That's crazy. For some reason, in the Discord, you guys asked for an art channel for some reason, and you guys got it. Before stream started, I created an art channel for you guys to post fan art, but I'm going to give a very strict warning here. So this is the only time I'm gonna say it, guys. So all I ask is that you guys be respectful and appropriate with your art. I don't know what the hell you guys are going to post. I would prefer to say, hey, let's try to keep it somewhat channel related. But at the same time, like, if you guys are just drawing art and just want to share it, that's fine. But if I feel like the art channel on it is moving in a direction that I don't want to reflect on the community, then I will delete it. All right. This is the only warning I'm going to give. If the art community becomes something that I don't want the channel to be associated with, I'm deleting it. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's gone if it starts to cross a line. And yeah. Also, if you do post channel art, please tag me in it, because I'm gathering up fan art you guys are sending throughout the year, and I'm going to do like a presentation of them at the end of the year. There's a big ass crackle of thunder. Huh. I thought I saw a flash. God damn, there's a thunderstorm moving in. Ah, it's just little though. Weak. But yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dark. Glad you can make it, man. Better late than never, right? No, it's not severe. I didn't get any warnings of it. I could go for a good thunderstorm, though. I love watching thunder and lightning storms. Especially out here in the Great Plains, man. Our storms are something else. But yeah, keep the channel in mind when you're posting art in the art channel. No, Starlight, you're not getting back in the Discord. You had your chance and you could not follow instruction, so you're not getting back in right now. I'll pay people to make cord fan. You're a sick man, Dendro. Okay. Moving on. Again, I told you guys I got some announcements tonight. So there's going to be a special video that comes out tomorrow morning on the Extras channel. So shout outs to those of you who are subbed to the Extras channel. You guys are going to get a special video tomorrow. I think you guys will like it. Hopefully. It's going to be something different. I'm trying something new. Although I don't post to the Extras channel a whole lot, I'm really glad that I created it. It and clips and full playthroughs. I'm very glad that I created those channels, and they've been great little outlets for side content for me. But you guys got something coming to Extras tomorrow morning. And then you guys got the Splatoon 1 playthrough coming to the full VODs channel. So yeah. So for those of you who are subbed to the other channels, I mean, you guys have been getting clips regularly posted there, which I'm happy about. I've gotten a lot more clips than I thought I would. The Extras and full VOD have a video on the way. Full VOD hasn't been updated yet. Hopefully I can have it out by the end of the week. But yeah, but for sure tomorrow morning you guys got a video coming to Extras. All right. With that being said, that's all I've got. Those are all my announcements. So who's my late gang tonight? Who's here in chat? In the meantime, thank you for the 8 likes tonight, guys. Appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed stream tonight. This was a fun little one-off stream. Hopefully you guys had fun with it. Our top 5 tonight. We got Michael in 5th place. Oh, thank you, Spaghetto. I guess I can get rid of the... Wait, I just realized the black screen was covering chat. Whoops. Sorry, guys. My fault. But yeah, thank you, Michael in 5th place with 150 points. No, you're the one buying first. I appreciate you, man. That's very generous of you. I really appreciate that. Also, I'm not gonna give like specifics of it, but we are approaching the first payout for YouTube. I'm about to get my first paycheck from YouTube. Hopefully here soon. We're almost at the threshold. Oh, thank you, Creeper. You thought. That is so cruel, Creeper. But no, we're approaching our first payout with YouTube, which is so awesome, guys. Again, thank you so much for your generous support via memberships, via donations like that. It really means a lot to me, guys. And the first payout will go to Splatoon Raiders. So you guys can say you funded the Splatoon Raiders playthrough, so I can say during the playthrough, this playthrough is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you, like the PBS thing. But yeah, so thank you guys for your generosity. Really means a lot. Button on for that $1. Dude, Spaghetti, I feel bad for you, dude. Buy a new game. Yeah, I've got Raiders coming, guys. No, you don't need to do that, Dendro. Save your money, guys. You're fine. I'm okay. But yeah, thank you, Michael, in 5th place for 150 points. Thank you, Francis, in 4th place with 225 points. Again, the final count, guys, doesn't end until the stream itself actually ends. You guys got the after party and all that for racking up points. 3rd place is Hyper with 225 points. Thank you, Hyper. 2nd place is Spaghetto with 235. Thank you, Spaghetto. Great to have you, man. And our winner tonight, and definitely not a pay to win, is Creeper, the McMod himself, the other McMod himself, with 325 points. And I forgot to turn on my announcement screen again, boys. Thank you to my channel members, Purple, Creeper, Hyper, King Hydreigon, Sammy, Volkian, and Sophie. Thanks for going above and beyond, guys. Thank you, Francis. I want top 3 placement. That's crazy. If you just leapfrogged. Oh my gosh, he just leapfrogged Creeper and Spaghetto. That is so tragic. Okay, Francis is now in 1st place. Right. No, you do not, Creeper. You do not do the funny. But yeah, thanks for all of you who support the channel. Really means a lot to me. And we're at 10 likes now. You guys are the best. I don't know what I did to deserve a community like you guys, but thank you. Yeah, no, guys, save your money. Please, save your money. Save money. Saving money is good. I'm fine. Like, we don't have the grocery tier yet for a reason. Oh god, that thunder jump scared me. But yeah, I'm fine, guys. Just save your money. Live to entertain. Thank you. Also, shouts to my mods. I need to start thanking my mods more. Creeper and Francis, you guys do a great job. in the community. Thankfully, the community is pretty well self-managed. You guys are good about holding each other accountable and chat and in Discord and whatnot. So I appreciate you guys that you make their lives easier, but I appreciate having Creeper and Francis around to help me keep an eye on you crazy kids. Really, really appreciate you guys. But yeah. I don't really have anything else. Oh yeah, late gang tonight. Scroll up. Thank you, Hyper. Thank you, Creeper. Thank you, Dendro. Thank you, Spaghetto. Thank you, Starlight. Who else is here? Thank you, Dark. I'm scrolling down. I think that's everybody in Lake Gang. But yeah, thanks, Lake Gang, tonight. Spaghetto, Starlight, Dark, Francis, Creeper. Everybody here. Dendro. Shouts to you guys. You are special, Dendro. Yeah, so the interesting thing about a top 25 worst games I played is I'm usually really good at avoiding bad games just because I don't really play games on release. But I can do a top 25 least favorite games. There'd be some really controversial games in there where people would be like, that game is absolutely not that bad, but I haven't played that many terrible games, so things would probably force their way in. Unless I do like a top 10. I could do a top 10 bad games. Yeah, that'd be something we can do another time. Also, I like how the until then text is above the announcements. There, that's better. Oh, hell yeah, Sophie. Rejoining cross country. The bad coach quit. Hell yeah. W, Sophie. It is a lot of fun, Spaghetto. I loved my time in cross country. I mean, there is a case to be made, Dark, about Shrek XL being #1. It's the only game that I learned to speedrun just so I could end it quicker. You know what I do for fun? Lose the stream. Dude, Spaghetti, I feel so bad for you. That's, I think 3 straight streams now you've been sniped out of 1 by donations. But Spaghetto, you're #1 in my heart right now, man. You're the people's champion. You know, like in the end of the movie Real Steel, when they go up to Max and they're like, they're calling you the people's champion. Like, what do you have to say about that? Like, you're the people's champion, Spaghetto. I'm sorry my mods are bullying you. That's tragic. Shouts to anybody who's watched Real Steel. That's a good movie. I like that movie. I mostly do pole vault, though. Okay. Well, yeah, I knew that, but I don't know if Spaghetto knew that. Yes, it is in fact bedtime, guys. I need to get McChicken a quick win in Splatoon 3. I don't know if I'll put her on Anarchy tonight. I'm kind of tired, so I might just grab her a quick win in Turf War and put her to bed also. What's in rotation right now? Tower and Rain. Rain on Barnacle and Inkblot. That's not terrible. I might try that. All right, guys, that'll do it. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you, everybody, as always, for watching. Whether you watched a little bit of stream tonight or the entire stream, be it live or on demand, your support means the world to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little one-off stream that we did tonight. I will see you all tomorrow night for some more funny Fire Emblem game. Oh God, I have to take on that stupid mansion mission again. Oh, that's a tough mission we have to do. Well, I guess we set the stakes for tomorrow, but yeah. Until then, bye for now, everybody.